record as well. Okay, we're recording, and now we are going into my group, not my group, our group, Diesel Nation Gets Obsessed. Go live. Hey, everybody on Instagram. All righty. We are almost ready in 4, 3, 2, and we're live. All righty. So, hey everybody, welcome to our Diesel Nation Coach and Challenger Nutrition Tutorial for 80-Day Obsession. I'm Kristina Delgado, and I'm joined today by Becky, Brossett, my big sister and fitness inspiration, and Monica Lopez, all three of us part of the 80-Day Obsession official coach test group. I got my shirt. On the back it says I finished strong. Becky's wearing hers too. We're going to pretend Monica's wearing hers as well. And she didn't get the memo. She didn't get the memo. I didn't give her the memo. But you guys, tonight's a super important night. Hopefully the call doesn't go way too long, but we do have a lot of stuff to cover, although the information this week and since the plan was released yesterday has been flying fast and furious on Facebook through Autumn's page. I mean, there's just so many resources available right now for all of us to buckle down and be successful with this program. From the Beachbody blog, like today I stumbled on that and all the crazy information that's on the blogs, to Autumn's page, to obviously the coach test group, which I want to address right at the top to make sure that anyone that wants to be a part of that capitalizes on that as quickly as possible since the deadline is quickly approaching. I just want to say that the information's there for everyone. Today is kind of just icing on the cake and walking me through the process from a challenger's perspective, because all three of us were sitting in your shoes just a few months ago, right? Scared, overwhelmed a little bit with questions, with concerns, with excitement, with, I mean, all these emotions that you guys are experiencing. We were there. We were there, and we want you to walk, we want to walk you through this process of getting ready for the nutrition plan, because it's totally possible that you stick to this 100%, because all three of us did it and we got incredible results with 80-Day Obsession. So I want you, before we start and dig in and start talking about the plan itself, the different nuances in the plan, and then, you know, the most frequently asked questions, let's number one, let's cover the fact that on January 14th, is the last day for any person to become a coach to join Autumn's exclusive test group. Now, I know there's a lot of customers watching this. We also have a lot of coaches watching this. I just wanted to address this because, you know, when someone asks me, how did you get such amazing results with this program or with the 21-day fix test group or that I was a part of a couple years ago, and then I look at Becky and Monica who did Hammer and Chisel with Shift Shop and all these different programs, it was added accountability. It was added accountability. I felt like I had a contractual obligation to get results. I truly did. In both the 21-day fix and with 80-Day Obsession, I felt like I needed to go all in, not only for myself, which obviously is something that I wanted to do, but for Beachbody and for my team and for my coaches and for my customers and for everyone that looks at me for inspiration. It was this added accountability. And so for the first time ever, you get to decide whether you're in the test group. Because before, you get handpicked, right? And no one really knew why or how that happened. It was all pure speculation. People get mad, and there was like all these emotions involved with test groups and stuff. And yes, we were definitely blessed in that respect. But now you get to decide. I almost knocked my water over. Whether you get picked for the test group, and all you have to do is become a coach, which this is not a business opportunity call at all, you guys. but that's super simple and you get a discount and all that stuff. So talk to your coach. And if that is something that you want, added accountability, then just take the step, right? Just take that step. And if you already bought your bundle, you get in. You just need to become a coach. If you haven't bought your bundle yet, you definitely want to do that. And join the test group. Tomorrow, I think, is the day that the test group opens, like officially, to start posting and to start interacting with Autumn. So it's a great opportunity, you guys, and I wanted to cover that real quick. So talk to your coach. But now let's talk about the time nutrition plan. And, there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of concerns, excitement, all involved with this process. But I want you for a second to imagine something. Imagine that about 90 workouts from now, or 80 workouts from now, 93 days or 13 weeks. I never know what the actual math is for this program, but I think that's right. 13 weeks from now, 80 workouts from now, you are dropped weight. You've dropped weight. You are like losing inches or have lost inches, that you are wearing clothes you've been wanting to wear for months, maybe years, that you feel in control of your nutrition, that you feel in control of some of the habits that have been sneaking up on you over the last couple of months, like overeating, like alcohol, like all these things that add up to weight gain, that you are stronger, that you are working out like an athlete. Imagine that you are doing push-ups on your toes, like if you had been doing push-ups on your toes forever. Imagine if you are sumo squatting a 40 or 45 pound weight. Imagine things that you didn't think possible were possible because you worked hard over the course of the last 80 workouts, 93 days, 13 weeks. Imagine that for a second. Now we're going to ask you a few things in order to get there. Number one, you're going to work out really hard, and you're going to have to schedule your workout, and you're going to have to fit in some workouts that might even be 60 minutes. And we're going to ask you to push hard during cardio flow, even though that might be your nemesis workout, but it's crazy that now I love it for some strange, odd reason. We're going to ask you to follow this nutrition plan. We're going to ask you to open your mind to something different. We're going to ask you to change the way you think about nutrition. We're going to ask you to do something completely different, to not do intermittent fasting, to not follow the keto diet, to not be scared of carbs. We're going to ask of you these things in order for 80 days from now, 80 workouts from now, 93 days from now, 13 weeks from now, you're a different person. You are in control of your nutrition. You know exactly how to get long-lasting results. You are stronger than you've ever been, and you feel like a freaking badass. So we're going to ask of you those things. And it's going to take courage, and it's going to take planning, and it's going to take all these things. But one thing you cannot do is make excuses. You cannot think that what you've done in the past is going to continue working, because all of us, every single person that's watching this call that has signed up for 80-Day Obsession is here because something isn't working. Am I right? Ladies, right? Something isn't working. For me, I was not measuring my food. I was not eating all my containers or eating too many containers. I was drinking too much. Something was not working, and I needed a drastic change in order to get results. Enter 80-Day Obsession. You guys, it's your opportunity right now to fix everything that's going on in your nutrition, in your workouts, but you gotta stop making excuses. And I don't want to rehash Autumn's video, but if you didn't watch it today, go back and watch it. It's on her fan page on Facebook. You know, she says clearly, you want to know how I eat. You want to know why I'm so fit. You want to know all these things, but when I tell you what I know and I'm trying to teach you what I do, you say, I can't do that. Or my schedule doesn't allow for that. Or I can't wake up early, or I can't eat late, or I can't do that, or I don't want to do this, and I've gotten used to this, and now you're telling me to change, and I'm not comfortable with that. You got to drop it. You have to drop that right now. Because if you want 80-day obsession results, if you want to get results like the test group got results and the cast got results, we follow the plan. We follow the plan. And a lot of people have said, well, you guys have perfect condition to follow the plan, right? You are full-time Beachbody coaches. You have the luxury of working out at 12:30 in the afternoon. I'll tell you that those people in the test group that weren't full-time Beachbody coaches, one of them a nurse, the other, I mean, I could go on and on and on of coaches in the test group that just were so committed that they made it happen. And now it's your opportunity to do the same. So like I've said over and over again, draw the line in the sand, commit, figure it out, rearrange, think differently. If you're a morning person, work out in the morning. If you're not, switch it. If you just can't make it happen, then you're going to have to sacrifice and figure it out. But just figure it out, right? So I'm asking you guys, whether you're a coach or you're a customer, that if you want to be successful with 80-day obsession, that the nutrition plan is an absolute necessity, because it is how Autumn gets results. It is how she eats. It is, you know, exactly step by step. She's telling us, if you want long-lasting and amazing results and you want to train like an athlete, then do this plan. So what is Time Nutrition? Basically, she tells you what to eat and when and in what amounts, right? So unlike the 21-day fix, where there was like a pool of containers during the day, right? You had 4 reds, 3 greens, etc. Now she tells you, before your workout, you are going to eat XYZ. After your workout, you're going to eat XYZ. And those XYZ are the containers, obviously. And then the rest of the containers are laid out specifically for the rest of the day, assuming you're working out in the morning. All of this is not complicated. It just requires a little bit of preparation. So what I'm going to do tonight, and fairly quickly, is I'm going to go through how to get started with the nutrition plan. And then my sister's going to take over, and she's going to tell you about constructing your own meal plans, which we believe is a key to success. Yes, we can share all the meal plans in the world. There's already a gazillion of them floating around. But we believe, the 3 of us who were in the test group, we did not share our meal plans with each other until much later. But we sat and we created our own plans. She's going to talk about that and give us strategies on how to do that. And then Monica's going to do commonly asked questions, plus some tips and tricks on how to survive 80 days with certain things like no drinks for 93 days. So how we got through that process for us that, you know, like our cocktails and like our glasses of wines and our vodka cranberry. So I want to do a quick screen share onto Beachbody On Demand, because I think it's a good visual for those customers, especially that are brand new to to Beachbody and brand new to Beachbody On Demand, so that they can see visually what I am talking about. I think it's important. So give me 1 second. I'm going to screen share. All right. So you guys, once you go into teambeachbody.com and you hit Beachbody On Demand, let me just move you guys over here. You're going to go, sorry, I kind of skipped ahead. You're going to click on 80-day obsession, obviously, right? Here's one thing, you guys, that is just so incredible about how this program was produced, is all the information on how to be successful with it that they're giving us. So you have the quick start tips, which is a short 4-minute video. You have eating plan tips. So clearly, that's something that you guys want to watch before Sunday, before Saturday and Sunday when you're prepping this meal plan. And then another thing is, I was just playing this for the people on the webinar, but it's weekly obsession. Weekly obsession are some kind of tips from Autumn and the cast, and there's going to be one loaded every single week that you go along in the program. So on Sunday, I would check to see if your next week's weekly obsession is up. They're super fun. You get to see behind the scenes on the filming of 80-Day Obsession. Plus, they talk about what's coming in the next week. So that's really great information. All right, let's jump into the nutrition plan. So you're going to click in program materials. And just to give you a very quick rundown of what's here, and then we're going to take a little bit of a deep dive into a few of these documents, but you have the Getting Started guide. Obviously, that's where you want to start. And then underneath that are the different plans. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular eating plans, A through F, and then you have the 6 vegan eating plans, A through F. Now, if this kind of eating and the containers is new to you, I'm going to do a quick little overview of that in just a second. But A, B, C, D, and F are basically the brackets that you will calculate yourself into to determine what plan you will need to print for yourself. So I do not recommend that you print all the plans, okay? That's going to cause a whole great deal of confusion. I'll talk to you about what the strategy is in just a second. If you scroll down to calendar and tracking, you're going, actually, sorry, a little bit farther up, under the vegan F plan, you're going to find the 80-Day Obsession container food list. You're going to want to print that one out too, as well as, well, if you're doing vegan, you'll print out the vegan container food list. Now, I've gotten the question of, you know, well, isn't it the same as the 21-Day Fix plan or even 21-Day Fix Extreme plan? The answer is no. There's going to be changes in 80-Day Obsession that you're going to want to be cognizant of. So for now, for this program, for this process, you're going to remove the 21-Day Fix or 21-Day Fix Extreme, or maybe even any other program that uses the containers, out of the picture for this program, and you're going to use this specific food list, which I'll open up in just a second. And then obviously at the bottom you have the calendar workout, which should have come in your bundle package as well. The tracker sheets are awesome. Maybe Becky, if you want to talk about tracking, you're very good at that. That would be something that you can talk to our customers and our customers and coaches about. And then some more information in different languages. But let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to click on the Get Started guide. And this is really the most important thing that I want you guys to do as soon as possible. I don't want you to wait until Sunday to start planning this. You can start this right now. It really doesn't take a lot of time, but it does start the process of getting you mentally ready for time nutrition, right? So the most important part of this is, well, you want to definitely do your weight and measurements, and we'll talk about that in a second, but it's this page right here, calculating your calorie target. And so I want you to note that there's a phase 1 calculation and then a phase 2 and 3 calculation. For purposes of starting this program, we are all going to do our phase 1 calculation. So it's very easy. You take your current weight times 11, then add 600 for your calorie burn. That's the estimated calorie burn per workout for this program. Then you're going to subtract 750. Once you have your calorie target, right? That's your calorie target. You're going to go to the next page and determine your eating plan. So if, let's say, you fall into the 1,500 to 1,799 calorie bracket, that's going to be your plan. So when we go back into Team Beachbody and Beachbody On Demand, you're going to only print Plan B, okay? You don't need to print Plan C. You don't need to print Plan D, at least not for now. You're just going to print Plan B, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Now, let me address some questions on, and maybe Becky and Monica wanted to address this in their own perspective as well. But we're getting so many questions about plan A versus plan B, or where should I start? And I know you did C, and I know you did B, and oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I'm just not gonna do the program, right? Like that's what it feels like is going on. Guys, trust the process, trust the program. I know I said this in our Diesel Nation page. Calculate this and then see where you land. From there, it is a personal decision what you do. There will be many people that fall into plan A. Our personal belief between my sister and myself is that plan A for this program is not sufficient calories, because the workouts are tough. They get progressively tougher. I mean, just getting into I'm in phase 2 right now, finishing and heading into phase 3. I couldn't imagine eating out of plan A and being able to like raise children. Like I would probably eat their arms if I, like it's impossible. You would be starving. So it's a personal decision where you start. But please, by all means, if you start in plan A and 2-3 weeks in, you're like, I'm hungry, I'm cranky, I'm not having fun, go up. Go up into plan B. I started in plan B because I wanted to lose weight. Obviously, I was 20 pounds over my target weight. 3 weeks into the program, I bumped into C and stayed in C the entirety of the program. I still eat out of plan C right now, and that's when I lost the most weight. I didn't hardly lose any weight eating out of plan B. Once I bumped up, I got stronger. I started lifting heavier. I wasn't burnt out during my workouts, and I lost like 15 pounds really in between phase 2 and phase 3. So, and then for added perspective, my sister is like 5 inches shorter than me and 40 pounds lighter than me, and she eats out of plan C. And in addition to that, this is just for perspective, you guys, Autumn also eats out of plan C. So while there is a plan A, it's right there, you see it. This program is intense. You're going to be working out longer. You're going to be working out harder. Leg day, booty day. You're going to be carrying around heavy weight. Be comfortable. I guess the point of this is be comfortable with change. And if you're in the program and you want to bump up. It's not going to prevent weight loss. That's for sure. I think everybody's scared of that. Like, oh my God, if I eat out of C or even D, I'm not going to lose weight. It's too much food. You poof out of your head. You got to erase that kind of thinking with this program. It's actually reverse. The more you eat, the more you're going to lose. Trust us in that. And you're going to see so many fluctuations, you guys. And God, this call can last for hours. We can talk about blood volume. This is all cool stuff you're going to learn in the test group, by the way, about blood volume. And ladies, when you get your period, how you gain weight, you can gain up to 4 pounds the day that your periods are, like crazy shit like that we don't really normally think about in a 21-day program. You have to deal with this kind of stuff when you're doing a 93-day program. So all of this, take it into account and don't go crazy over the scale. It will move for you. And if it doesn't move, like Tulin, who lost 30 something inches, I mean, stuff's going to change, you guys. It's going to be an amazing transformation for you. So that's talking about your plan, right? So don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to move up. From experience in the test group and watching people go through this process, there was coaches in the test group that started somewhere, went up, then freaked out and went back down, and then plateaued and then bumped back up. I would suggest don't do that. Bump up, stay there. See where, give it time for your body to adjust and then reassess on phase 2 and phase 3, because there is a different calculation. You see it right there for the calorie deficit in phase 2 and phase 3. Okay, so that is the getting started plan. So let me come out of here. Let me get out of here. All right, then once you select your meal plan, what plan you're going to eat out of, I want you to definitely print that out. So you go into the PDFs. So let's say this is plan B, and you're going to just get through it and read it. For those of you that are brand new to the container system, this is the breakdown. Greens are vegetables, purples are fruits, reds are proteins, yellows are carbs, blues are healthy fats, oranges are seeds and dressing, and then you have your teaspoons, which are oils and nut butters. So that is your basic food groups for the portion control containers. And then you'll see right underneath that is how many of those containers you're gonna have per day. So if we were doing the 21-day fix, this is where we stop, right? We stop right here. You get 4 greens, 3 purples, 4 reds, 3 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, 4 teaspoons. We're good. You create your meal plan and you're on your merry way. But with time nutrition, we are not done. Next, we have to actually figure out the times. And the whole premise to the time nutrition plan is the workout block. Becky, am I boring you? It's the workout block. Right? So number 1, figure out when you are going to work out. Okay? That's going to be number 1. Keep in mind, there are days where your workout time can change, right? So you have to be able to adjust the meal plan accordingly. But let's say that your workout is 9 in the morning. Okay? So the workout block actually starts between 60 and 90 minutes before the workout. All right? 60 to 90 minutes before the workout, you're going to have your pre-workout meal, which is outlined right there. It's a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon. And I'm talking specifically about plan B. Your plan may look different depending on what bracket you fall into. 20 to 30 minutes before your workout, you're going to have your energize, right? Then you're going to push play. You're going to crush the ish out of your workout. And then 30 minutes between the finish of your workout and 30 minutes, you'll have your recover. That's obviously if you are doing the Beachbody Performance line. I'm a big believer in it because I actually recover to me is like my dessert for the day. It's like my treat, and it makes me think that I'm having a 7th meal. So whatever, that's the way I mentally look at recover. I love it. And then 1 to 2 hours post your workout. Do you see that? 1 to 2 hours post-workout, not post-recover. This was something that was changed in the test group. It's post-workout. You're going to have your post-workout meal. The workout block, you guys, never changes. What changes is the time that it falls depending on when you decide to work out. So always be ready to adjust if, let's say, on a Friday, you, instead of working out in the morning, you have to work out in the afternoon, okay? So you have to adjust it accordingly. Then every other meal outside of the workout block, whether it's before the workout block or after the workout block, is within 2 to 3 hours of each other. And the actual meals are laid out for you perfectly right there. Now, Monica's going to talk to you a little bit about some of the frequently asked questions. So I'm going to not address the pre-workout meal for early risers or even the late workout, post-workout meal for late worker outers. She's going to cover that. So stay tuned if that's a question that you have. Here, the nutrition plan is great. You have your sample meal plan that kind of lays out what to eat as an example. And then this was a question that came up. What do I do on rest days? The same thing, right? You're just going to eat all the 5 meals. You just don't have a workout block. So you can play around with when you eat each of the meals that are laid out in the meal plan. And then Becky will talk about refeed and the carb depletion meals for peak week at the very end. And then lastly, you guys, and I know I'm talking a whole lot, but this is important stuff, is printing out your food list. This is only 3 pages, but this is super important, and this is something that you are going to want. Oh, come on, food list, where are you? I don't know why it's not popping up. Oh, now it decides to stop working. This is great. Sorry. All right, I'm not sure why it's not popping up. I apologize. Let me see if the vegan one will open up. No, maybe I have too many things open. Not sure, but anyway, so the 3 things that you want to print out right away are the Obsession Starter Guide, your specific meal plan, as well as the 80-Day Obsession container food list. Once you have that, you are fully prepared. You're fully prepared to create your meal plan. So Becky, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk us through creating your very own meal plan.
I guess is going to be the fun part, or maybe the complicated part. The first thing I want to say is that you have to make the decision. Okay, when we were handed these documents in the test group, I had my nutrition on lock. I had it on lock for a long time. I had my own scheme. I had a system for how I distributed my containers, and then I was given these schemes and these combos that basically forced me into a different way of looking at the way I planned my meals for the day. And I thought, shit, but I'm already doing it like this, and I like it this way. Why do I have to change it? But you know what? A lot of you are sitting in the same spot, but maybe you don't have your food on lock, and you're still fighting the decision to create change in your life. If you want results with this program, release it, guys. Embrace change, because you are not gonna see match results like the test group did, because we were in a controlled environment, right? We were all doing this specifically exactly the way it was planned to see what results we would get. If that's what you're looking for, then you need to decide tonight to take these next few days and really embrace it. Number one, make the decision, and then stop putting excuses and hurdles and roadblocks and excuses and all these things in front of yourself as to why you can't do it. I'm not going to go into my opinion of plan A, but all I'm going to say about that is that and I'm going to ask you a question that I want you to ask yourself: has it worked for any other program? If the answer is no, then maybe you need to rethink your decision. And I'm not going to go any further into that, because that's like one of the topics that gets me the most. So I'm going to let that go. It is your personal decision, just like my sister said. Okay, so once you have everything in place, I'm going to go basically by what I did to get ready for this. I really sat down and looked at all the different sample workout times, right? The meal plan at the end has a couple different options. There's a midday option, there's a nighttime option, there's a morning option. Actually, when they gave us our documents, 12:30 was not even there. So I had to sit down and say, holy crap, this is not even like what we're doing. We're doing 12:30. So let me sit down, write down some times, let me soak in, let me understand the math. And I spent like an hour or two just looking at it and reviewing it and embracing it and understanding it. I know that you guys want to understand it in like a split second, but this is your journey. So you got to invest the front end time in understanding what's going on. I'm telling you that the investment now, and I said this the other day in a live video, the investment that you put in right now and in the first week, maybe the first week and a half, is going to pay off so huge in the end, because you're going to come out of this not even needing to look at a piece of paper about what you need to eat, or looking at a computer, because literally I would walk around my house with my computer, because I do everything on spreadsheets, and I would take my computer to the kitchen and, oh my God, what do I have to eat now? And look at the thing and, okay, this, and this is what I'm going to eat, because I like to do my things fly. I do them on the fly. I'm not like plan a week ahead type person. So, But after a while, your brain has already adapted to the combos, and you're like, okay, so I don't feel like eating that. I'm gonna switch to meal option 5 now, and I'm gonna eat my avocado now, and I'm gonna do this. But you have to put in the time now, and the time in the first 2 weeks of the program to really embrace the way that the containers are lined up, the options that are given, so that you can then reap the rewards towards the end of the program. Does that make sense? Makes sense, right? Okay, so please invest time, make the decision. You have so many days from now till Monday to really look at it, review it. So what you're gonna do is start with your workout time, because that is where everything starts from. That's that is the fixed. It isn't a variable. Everything is a variable. The workout time is not. So start with your workout time, and then from there you plan your. What I would do is put a little. Look at one of these sheets that have a sample timeline. Hold on, I'm looking for it, so I can tell you what I did. They have a sample timeline with actual times on the side, and here in the side column, I scratched them out so that I couldn't see them, and then I would rewrite them based on my calculations. So knowing that I was gonna work out at 12:30, I knew I needed to have my pre-workout by 11:15. So I would write that in. That was a fixed time. It wasn't gonna move. I would write in my post-workout, the shake and the fruit. That's a fixed time. Then I would write in the time for my post-workout meal. That can't change, because again, the workout block is the essential piece of your entire day. That cannot be maneuvered. So you have to know exactly what times those happen. From the rest, you look at options, your meal options 1, 2, and 3, and you slide them in between. Since I was working at 12:30, I decided I was gonna eat my first meal at 6 a.m., my next meal at 9, my next one at 11:15. So before my workout, I already slammed 3 meals, okay? It was a decision I made to load in the morning and then keep the afternoons a little bit lighter. But you have to take time to look at it. We're gonna talk about the early workouts. Monica's gonna talk about that now. Okay, so that's an important factor that you need to really invest your time in now. Like I said, I like spreadsheets, so I kind of created a spreadsheet that looks like these, and then I put in my times with my notes, and then I spread it out throughout the whole week and inserted different things. As far as the food for the first week, I say keep it simple, okay? Don't recreate the wheel. Don't start trying to cook gourmet meals when you're still trying to absorb this timeline. Use basic proteins. I would go through the food list, highlight the ones that you like the best, the ones that are the easiest to cook, the ones that either if you're gonna cook all on Sunday, that will taste good by the end of the week, that you're not gonna get sick of, and highlight your vegetables. For me, my go-to vegetable is spinach. I put that shit on everything. I put it in everything. I eat it with everything. Like literally, Larry bought a tub of spinach on Sunday, and I finished it today. I mean, a family size, just me. I should be able to lift like a bus soon because I eat so much spinach. So eat spinach, throw it in your Shakeology. That is an easy way to just get those veggies in. They taste great with eggs. For me, that's my go-to. So I use that in combination with a lot of things. I always know my oils. Coconut oil is easy. I know the orange container, I was gonna talk about that, is always an issue. At least it is for me, because I hate salads. So what I did was I stopped trying to force that meal that has the orange. Instead, just fill it with some pine nuts, slam the pine nuts, or slam some coconut, or eat some olives. Doesn't match your meal, it's okay. It's okay. Your meals don't have to be perfection all the time. Just make sure that you're enjoying it, that it tastes good, and that it's simple for you to transport, especially if you're working. If you do work and you need to travel with these meals, get yourself some good coolers, like those 6-pack coolers. Take your meals with you to work. If you know you're traveling, have a cooler in your car so that you can eat while you're on the go. A Shakeology tip: because I did this a million times. Invest in a Yeti or a really big bubble cup, and you make your Shakeology in the morning, and those cups keep it super cold. So you're not having to drink like a deconstructed Shakeology with a banana and a spoonful of peanut butter and then a shaker cup with Shakeology. I personally don't like it like that. So I have these amazing cups, and it keeps them cold all day. That way you can travel with them, and it's just, no, Yeti, Y-E-T-I, or Bubba. Bubba's a good brand too. Use the tracker sheets, right? So Autumn in one of these guides has these sample tracker sheets where you can write in what you're gonna eat. You can recreate those. Like I said, I like spreadsheets. Some people don't, but use some type of method that's easy for you to transport. Like if you want to write it down on a piece of paper, make sure that you have it with you so that you know what you're doing. Another easy way is create a meal plan where on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, maybe you eat the same thing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so that you're not thinking of 100 different meals the first 2 weeks when you're still navigating this. Do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday is different, so you don't have to worry about that. But that way, it's a simple meal plan with simple things that are not overcomplicated and are not causing you to feel extra overwhelmed. But I'm going to tell you, you are going to feel overwhelmed the first week. So just accept that, because I did. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This alarms on your phone, always a good idea to remind you to eat. Let's see, what else? Oh, the food list. The food lists are not like the 21-day fix. Christy already mentioned that, but I want to re-mention that. One of the things that I noticed, two things that I know were taken off the list for this program are whole grain waffles and turkey bacon. They're not allowed. And I know that that blog showed turkey bacon in one of the recipes, so just take that out. It's not in there. I've had people ask about a red Shakeology. So, you know, I don't recommend it twice a day. That's my opinion. I think you need to eat food in emergencies maybe, but it's always gonna be a red. If there's a meal that has a red, you're welcome to put Shakeology in there. Just don't drink Shakeology or shakes all day long. You're not gonna have the energy or the fuel that, you know, regular protein can provide for these meals. The food lists are always listed from top quality, and then it progressively goes down in quality, best to worst, okay? But they're all allowed. So as for me, I'm not afraid to eat anything. I eat pasta, I eat rice, I eat bread a lot. Not every day, but maybe every other day. I ate pasta last night. If it's on the list, you're allowed to have it. So don't deprive yourself further or feel like you have to cut stuff out, because really there's a lot of choices in these meal lists to help you really feel like you're not deprived. And I think that's the point of everything here. It's not to feel like you're giving up everything. You're actually able to eat a lot more things than you've probably ever eaten in your life. 2 ways to meal prep. You can cook on Sundays. Some people like to do that and have everything all packaged out and ready to go. Or I like to, I'm on the fly, but that's because I'm home. But when I used to work, I would prep and plan everything the night before. And I would have it all ready to go. So in the morning, all I do is pack my leftovers, everything in containers, and I would leave with my shake, with everything, snacks, all meals for the entire day. It is possible. That's the thing. It is possible to do this, but you have to not wing it, because winging it is not going to work, and you have to be committed to the process because it works. Okay, oh no, Refeeds not now. Is there anything else I missed? I think I covered it all. I personally stopped drinking Power Greens because I got used to eating spinach everybody in my family drinks Shakeology with spinach in it now. I love it. You don't taste it, and it's just an easy way to hide a veggie. Oh, one thing, I saw a question about, well, no, that's Monica's topic, about the
Samaya?
You can't move around containers. That's it. You can't move around containers.
All right.
Chris, you want to say anything in between that?
No, there was just quickly. There was one question about do we need to consume the supplements?
Do we need to what?
Am I getting feedback? Can you guys just mute yourselves a second?
Yeah.
Monica's freezing. There was a question about the supplements, and we have discussed this on other calls, but I know we have some brand new people that just came on board for the program. So Shakeology to me is an absolute non-negotiable for this program. When you dig into the meal plan and you start planning this out, and if on top of that you're an early workout person that Monica's going to talk about in just a second, there's so many reasons why. Like, I could talk about an hour about why Shakeology is a necessity for this program. It simplifies it. It's your daily treat. It's what gives you all that energy and gives you the superfoods and blah, blah, blah. Like, I could go on and on. So yeah, about energize and recover and recharge and hydrate. I mean, I think at a bare minimum, I love energize and recover for this program. Energize has always been a staple for me, but as I started getting into this program, recover has now become a staple for me. You guys, you're going to be working muscles that you've never worked before, like that little ass muscle right here, that when you start working that sucker with those bands, you're going to be sore, and replacing the glycogen into your muscles, which is what recover does. I mean, it's such a great supplement. So I highly recommend that you invest in the performance line. Personally, my challengers know that Shakeology is at a minimum a requirement for my group because I so strongly believe in it. But like, I'm not even joking, 75% of them invested in the performance line as well, which makes me so freaking proud. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. And then Monica, on to you.
All right, I heard I'm freezing a lot. So if that happens, Chris, just message me and let me know. Okay, I know my internet's been acting up. So I'm going to cover a lot of the frequently asked questions that we're getting. And the famous one, the one that obviously you've seen. Oh, I thought you froze, Chris. Your face looked frozen. Sorry. Okay, she's just like.
I'm trying to understand Millie's question. Yeah, Becky, that's why I had that face. I'm like, what's that?
And I'm like, oh, I froze again.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question, if you didn't catch Autumn's videos yesterday and today, I definitely recommend that you watch them, but I'm just going to regurgitate what she said. If you're a person that works out very early in the morning, and I see some people say, hey, I work out at 5:30 every morning. Here's the deal. She said it's nothing to get crazy about, nothing to freak out about. At the bare minimum, you're allowed to get meal number 1, which is a very basic meal. And if you look at the containers, it's pretty much formulated for Shakeology. You can get that meal and have it 30 minutes before workout and get in your workout and go. In fact, she says some people like herself can consume a meal, literally put the plate in the sink, and then walk into her home gym and get her workout in. If that's not quite you yet, then yes, put that 30-minute gap, have your shake, wake up, have your shake, get dressed, take your time, and then head into your gym, consume your Energize, and go. But there is going to have to be that sacrifice. If, let's say, you're used to waking up and going right into your workout, you know what? 30 minutes is what your sacrifice is going to have to be. But you do need that meal before your workout. She explains, you're tapping into your muscle when you don't have something for your body to feed from. And it's important to have that meal before a workout. Can you work out without it? Can you do this program without it? Yes. But like she said in her video today, and she felt very strongly about it, and I agree with her. It is a personal choice, but it's not the way this program is designed. This program is designed to help you shred, gain muscle, right? Like shred your body, lose fat, and the way to do that is to properly feed it. So follow it. And yes, look, I'm a person that I used to do fasted workouts all the time. I'd wake up in the morning. In fact, I'd have coffee, then I'd jump in the car, take the kids to school, come back home, and then pop pre-workout and go into my workout. I was fasted for like 2 hours before I would actually get into my home gym. And that's what I was doing for a very long time. When you told me I had to sit down and have 2 meals, because we were kind of stuck at doing 12 o'clock workouts because we had to do them live with Autumn, that was a big change for me. And at first I was like, I'm going to throw up. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's going to be impossible. And you know, it's crazy when you try something new, your body automatically, at first it's going to be a little weird, but your body adapts quick and you feel the changes quick. So guys, trust the process and go into this and just do what Autumn is recommending, because it all has a rhyme and a rhythm and a purpose. All right. For the people that work out very late at night, right? So I have someone, like the top of my head, one of my coaches, Megan, on our team. Megan says, well, I work out at 10 o'clock at night. I'm sorry, I'll be having my meal at 10 o'clock at night because I work out around 9, and then, you know, by the post-workout meal. Here's the deal. Right after your workout, Autumn, I know on the guidebook it says within 30 minutes you should have your recover and your fruit, but Autumn actually told us within 10 minutes after your workout, have that consumed already. So right after you finish your workout, you want to come inside, grab your recover, grab your fruit, and chill out. Within 30 minutes to an hour is when you can actually consume that post-workout meal if you're working out really late at night. And Autumn says she does not recommend you skipping this. Your body needs that recovery meal post-workout. So most of us, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you guys are popping Energized and working out late at night and you're one of those people, I know you're not just jumping right into bed, right? You're taking a shower, you're laying down on the couch, watching your favorite TV show, you're catching up on work, or whatever it is that you do. We got to figure out a way to fit that post-workout meal in and not skip it, because it is important, okay? Again, sacrifices are going to have to be made. Maybe we're going to have to move our schedules around a little bit to accommodate this, but it's worth it, guys. It's time to get uncomfortable, because by getting uncomfortable, you're going to see change, and it is important, all right? So I think that's enough on the early and late workouts. If you didn't see Autumn's video, I highly recommend. She explains it probably better than I did, but bottom line is that we got to make it work, okay? The next thing I'm going to talk about that I keep hearing is, well, should I be calculating in weight loss? Should I be calculating in maintenance? Which one should I be doing? Oh my gosh, I just calculated in maintenance, and that's way too much food for me. And then this whole confusion of what should I do? Well, I'll say that I was very guilty of that. I was doing hammer and chisel back when that came out, and I did the entire program in plan A. And I know Becky wanted to shoot me the whole time. She's like, hey, what are you doing to yourself? And this time, and I knew it didn't feel right. I knew that I felt deprived, and I didn't get I got amazing results, but it's almost like I didn't get that groundbreaking, like I want to be ripped, I want to look the best thing I've ever looked. Like I want changes that I've never seen in my life. I just knew in my gut it had to do with my calorie intake, okay? But I came to Autumn and I said, well, I know also I'm coming off summer, right? We were doing a lot of boating and a lot, like Kristina said, all those things that compound, and all of a sudden you find yourself in this place like, whoa, how did this happen? I was in that place. So yes, there was weight that I needed to and wanted to lose. But I also knew that I needed to feed my body if I was going to do what this program was supposed to do, because this is not, you know, you're not going to look at Tulin, who she transformed her body in such a way, but she really didn't lose all that much weight. It was like 5 pounds, but like, I don't know, 50 inches that she lost. It was really crazy the way her body worked. I knew I was in that same predicament. It wasn't going to be like this massive weight loss, but I knew that my body needed to shrink, and it's going to build muscle. We all know that muscle, you know, that myth that muscle weighs more than fat. That's not true. What it is the way that it's compounded, right? The compound of it. So muscle is leaner, it's thinner, it's more compact. Fat is bigger. And that's where you see the difference with someone that may weigh the same exact thing, but one person is fit with muscle and another person has fat on their body to lose, but they could weigh the same exact weight, okay? All this to say is that what your body's going to do in this program, it's going to go up and down in weight and all this weird stuff, right? So you can't really go by the scale. But what Autumn told me to do was, look, Monica, or she told the whole test group actually, if you are within 10 pounds that you want to give or take lose, then I recommend going into maintenance mode, because in maintenance, you are not going to lose. I mean, you're not going to stop yourself from losing weight. You're not going to just stay right there wherever you're at. Your body's going to do exactly what I just explained. It's going to start leaning out the fat, bringing in the lean muscle, and that the weight on the scale, the number on the scale is just going to go like this. So if you're in that 10-pound range, go to maintenance. Go to maintenance because your body needs the fuel. Now, if you're a person that has more than 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds to lose, then you want to go into weight loss. And after every phase, you'll recalculate. Let's say it was 20 pounds you needed to lose. You lost 10 of them. At the end of phase 1, we will recalculate you could possibly be going, down into your maintenance bracket, okay? So I hope that, that covers up some confusion on whether you should be following weight loss or maintenance. If you're within 10 pounds, go with maintenance. Your body needs the fuel. And guess what, guys? If you kind of look at it, look between each bracket. It's really not that many calorie difference between A, B, C, D. Like there's, once you go from A to F, yeah, it's a big difference. But A to B, it's almost not that big of a difference. B to C, it's almost not that big of a difference. And the calories that we're consuming, it's not our usual, which probably, I don't know, in my case, that got me in trouble. It's not the usual, cheap pizza or the extra 5 glasses of wine or, we are consuming a few more calories that are aiding our body, giving our body what it needs. It's lean foods, vegetables, fruits, the healthy carbs, the lean meats that we're consuming. It's not going to make or break your results. All right. Don't be afraid to eat. And you're hearing from someone who was afraid to eat. It is going to change your body. You're going to see the change in your body, and you're going to, more than anything, you're going to feel the changes. You're going to go into your workouts and it's going to be like, who is this person? You're going to be performing at a level. And it's going to excite you, and that's where you want to get with this, okay? We want to create a lifestyle that we're excited about fitness. We're excited about excelling and progressing each day. All right, so I covered that. And then the last thing that I'm going to cover, frequently asked question, is, okay, can I move the containers around? Here's what you can, and here's what you cannot do. That workout block, that pre-workout meal, then your workout with your supplements, and then that post-workout meal, that block, wherever your workout time is, must move together, okay? Now, the other meals around it can be moved around where you want to fit them, okay? Hope that makes sense. Now, here's what cannot happen. If meal 2 has a red, yellow, and green, and blue, and you say, but I don't want to have blue right now. I want to have my cheese later on. I want to go put it, for dinner because I want to make, I don't know, some tacos. You cannot do that. You cannot remove the blue from one meal and put it into another, okay? So you cannot break apart the containers allotted for each meal. But what you can do is move the meals around. Now, I just finished saying that you cannot touch the workout block. Well, Autumn did, and this is all laid out in the guide. The only time it is acceptable is for that first workout. For the people that don't want a heavy pre-workout meal, you can get meal 1, which again is tailored to Shakeology. If you look at the container count, it's Shakeology basically. All right, that's the only time you can move anything outside of the workout block. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please post and I will clarify. But I hope that answers that question. All right. So that's what I have under frequently asked questions. We're going to open it up for any questions at the end if there's something I did not cover. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of like a survival guide for a couple of situations that we've heard about. The first one is restaurants, right? Going out to eat, having a personal life, right? Like extracurricular activities. I'll tell you, when we first got our booklet, I know the 3 of us were like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? And for 80 days, I mean, the same thoughts that are crossing your mind, we thought them, we felt them, right? It was intimidating. Like, okay, this is for 3 months. But we were committed. We didn't know how we were going to do it, but we knew that we were committed to making it happen. And here's the deal. The first weekend, I remember Kristina and I saying, I'm not ready to go out of the house yet. Like, I can't leave my house. I have my paper, like I was like Becky walking around the house with my guide, like, okay, what's my next meal? What's my next? But quickly you realize, all right, you got to be able to venture outside of the house. I have 3 kids. By that first weekend, it was cabin fever. To get us out of this house, we need to figure out how to make this work outside. And you totally can. It just takes discipline. We were able to, as friends, right? Because these girls are what my weekends look like. We would go boating. We would go to restaurants. We would even go to our favorite Mexican restaurant, which is Cancun, and we would make this work. How? We just followed the rules. We knew our container count. We even at one point took containers with us when we weren't sure, we wanted to be perfect. And then we would be able to, and from there we'd be able to eyeball it, but we would stay committed. If our meal, and this happened at Cancun, if we ordered, let's say, tacos, and there was something on that taco plate that did not fit our meal, before we even start consuming our meal, we would remove it from our plate and sit down and eat our plate. And that's just discipline, guys. That has nothing to do with, I can't, or I don't know. No, it's just straight up a choice, a decision that you must make. And we did it. And we're friends and we did it together. And we still had a lot of fun with life, okay? Know your container count and abide by them. Then the other thing that I keep hearing about is like, oh, I work really, really long hours. I have 12-hour shifts. I'm a nurse. We had a flight attendant on our test group that she sticks out in my mind because I watched her and I was like, man, that is goals. She's so organized. She's determined. She made it happen. She was jumping from airport to airport to, flights that were longer, shorter, she could have all the excuses in the world, but she made it happen. She planned her meals. She had everything packed. And another thing that I will give you a recommendation on that Autumn was very adamant about teaching us this, even if you're just going, let's just say, I'm going to go shopping at the grocery store and you have a meal that comes in there. Take a meal plus one because you never know what's going to happen. What if you get deterred from your trip to the grocery store, stop at a friend's house, and next thing you know, you're 4 hours out of the house and then you're left with no food. So anywhere you go that you're going to be out, maybe you expect to be out 2 hours, but it could turn into 4 or 5. Always have an extra meal handy with you, packed, ready to go. But back to those long hours. It's the same concept. Just plan ahead. Look, personally, I started my second round of 80-day obsession yesterday. Today's day 2 for me. So what did I do yesterday? If you saw my Instagram feed, it was meal planning galore. Like I had this whole kitchen upside down, but I planned meals for both Johan and I and had everything packed. And I work from home, but I do that because it keeps me organized and it's easy. It's easier to go into the refrigerator and be like, boom, 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 I'm ready to go versus, oh my gosh, I'm running late. I'm behind on work. I got to start cooking a meal. And then that's where temptation to cheat comes in when you are not prepared. Okay. So make sure you prepare yourselves, and long hours is not an excuse. You can totally do this. Another side note I want to say about this, the test group and I don't know what was going on, but we went through not 1, not 2, but 3 hurricanes total. Texas got hit, Puerto Rico got hit, here in Miami we got hit, and it's like, I felt like the whole test group every week was like, oh, it's our turn, we're getting a hurricane. We survived 80-day obsession. I did not cheat, and I know these ladies did not cheat and made it happen through hurricanes, being without power. What came into play then at that time were supplements. Power Greens was like my best friend to get my veggies in and some other things. But what I'm trying to say is that you can make this as simple as surviving a hurricane, and you can make this as gourmet as making those restaurant style meals that you see Becky make. But at the end of the day, the commitment's still there wherever you land. So some days it may feel like you're surviving a hurricane, and some days you may have the luxury of just really, embracing this meal plan. But whatever the case may be, you can do it. Remove the idea of automatically a hurdle coming your way and saying, oh, screw this, I give up. Okay? Because we survived a lot during 80-day obsession. It almost felt like everything was against us around our test group time. Okay, the next question, and this was so hard for me, guys. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not even gonna lie about it. The no alcohol was definitely a test for me as a person. I love to socially drink. I love to have a glass of wine while I'm cooking. I love to go, we were dead in the middle of summer. Boating days to me just almost feels like boat, margarita, boat, like it goes together. We had to, again, make the decision to eliminate alcohol from our diet. Now, how did we survive that? How did I survive that? I'll tell you straight up. Someone in the test group posted it one day. I tried it, and it was my go-to. I would get soda water or seltzer water. I would put in a bunch of squeezed lime, and I would add in mint leaves, and it felt like a mojito. Everybody else around me was drinking their cocktails. I felt like I had a mojito, and that's the way that I survived alcohol. That's just my tip. It's the best tip I can give you. There's flavored waters or LaCroix that help also, but this plan calls for absolutely zero alcohol. Nada. Not even a glass of wine. This is not 21-day fix. This is strict zero alcohol. Okay, so that's the best tip I can give you. It just sucks, but you can do it because I did it, and it's possible. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to cover are sweets, right? So I know a lot of us have like cravings for sweets. I know I'm that person, especially, I don't know why, right before I'm about to lay down in bed, it's like, oh, a bowl of cereal would totally, and not the good cereal, like the sugary, crappy cereal, would totally hit the spot right now. 2 things I want to say about this. Well, first, you have Recharge that can totally fill this gap. If you haven't tried Recharge yet, it feels like a vanilla, like yummy shake. Now, personally, I had to lay off the Recharge too much because of the casein in it. I'm lactose intolerant. The casein would cause my stomach to rumble. But if I was in desperate need of shooting down that sweets craving, I would do it anyway. I would have my Recharge. If Recharge is a problem for your stomach as well, what I can tell you is another go-to for me to kill, I don't know why it kills sweet cravings, is green tea. I would have a glass of green tea right before bed, and for some reason, it would kill all cravings. If you are just like a chocolate lover and you're like dying for it, hopefully your Shakeology helps you in that department. But just know, guys, when you get to week 6, and we're going to talk about this in a second, you're going to have refeed days where you're going to kind of get to indulge in a couple of sweet stuff. Hold off, like make that like your end goal. I'm getting there. You're going to have that chance to kind of release that mental break. Hold off for that. But in the meantime, use your Shakeology, use the Recharge, use your green teas. And one other thing that I did notice about my body, and maybe you could, Becky and Christy can piggyback on this as well if this happened to them. In the first 2 weeks, I did have to battle a lot of cravings. Like it was hard. It was hard to get my body to adjust to what it was taking in for so long to now all of a sudden being very strict. But it's like all of a sudden your body just gets in rhythm. And you're not really craving all that bad shit. You really aren't. Like we were happy. It's almost like my Shakeology to me was so decadent. When I'm off my nutritional game, my Shakeology is like, okay, I'm just having my Shakeology. But when I'm on, it's like it's delicious to me. I think your taste buds change. Same thing with the foods that you're eating. It's like almost like your Brussels sprouts are amazing. Your asparagus. So allow yourself to get there. Allow yourself to get there. Give yourself space and time. Be patient and be disciplined enough to reach that point where your body is now taking in the right foods and loving it. If you've ever done the ultimate reset, it's almost like the same thing. Whenever you would have a piece of fruit, it was like, oh my God, this fruit's amazing. Why? Because your body has adapted to what you're doing to it, the foods that you're feeding it, and it's not craving all the bad stuff. They say that when we're craving like certain foods, sweets, like all the bad stuff, greasy food and all that, it's because there's an imbalance within our body. Our body is asking for that because it's missing something, funny enough. But when you give it everything that it needs, it's like it eliminates all of that, and the good food actually tastes amazing. So fight for that feeling. And that's the last thing I had on my list. So if I didn't miss something, ladies, take it away.
Wow, that was awesome, Monica. Thank you. Super well prepared, and you hit all the frequently asked questions that we've been seeing not only in our team pages and our challenge groups, but also publicly on Autumn's feeds and stuff like that. So awesome. Now I'm going to wait before I get into refeed, Becky. I forgot. I have a couple of like super awesome male challengers taking on 80-day obsession. So can I talk a little bit about the guys? And it's not a lot, but my husband Danny did go through the program, and a lot of guys that I've been talking to, while a few of them want to lose weight, some of them are afraid to lose weight. So I want to talk to you from that perspective, because that was what my husband was in those shoes. When he did his calculation for what bracket he was going to eat in, he fell into like D, if I recall correctly. And he freaked out. Like literally, he's like, babe, I'm going to disappear. Like I'm going to literally wither away, and I'm going to like be gone. And so we spoke with Autumn, and we made the collective decision that he was going to eat out of Plan F, which is the highest calorie bracket of 80-day obsession. And Becky knows this, and I don't know if Monica was there that weekend, but we were in the Keys, and he was starving because he was super active, because we were doing the workouts plus the boat and doing all the stuff with the boat, that he literally was like, text Autumn right now because I'm gonna die. And so she actually added a green, a yellow, and a red to his day above and beyond Plan F. So guys, my advice to you is, if you are in weight loss mode, then stick to your calculation, but don't be afraid to go up. Guys tend to lose weight much faster than women. You have a lot more muscle on your body, and so you tend to burn fat very, very quickly. We learned that with Danny in this program. It was like, whoa, where did all that weight go real fast? You know, and all the women in the test group hated all the guys because it was like completely unfair. But so don't be afraid to go up, even if you're on weight loss mode. But if you are one like Danny that really does not want to lose weight but wants to shred, hit plan F. Don't be afraid of plan F. And, you know, speak to your coach or me or whoever about, you know, if you're not feeling like you're having enough. So I can show you how Autumn showed Danny how to increase the meal plan past F. So I just wanted to highlight that. Becky, if you can hit it, I'm sure everybody's really excited about refeeds. It's such an important part of the program. So show us.
All right, guys. So if you're looking for the rainbow or the you know, like the sparkles, the unicorns that are coming in your future, on week 6, it's refeed day. And I remember it was like right before the hurricane when we had our first refeed day, and it was, I still remember it like it was yesterday. It was much different than it is now. It was actually a lot more food, which I was very excited about. But this is it's not a cheat day, first of all. So refeed does not equal cheat day. It's not a I'm gonna just throw caution to the wind and eat all the crap that I want and all the sugar I want. That's not the point. And I'm not gonna get into the technical stuff, but during 80-day obsession, this program is, we didn't even talk about this, but this program is very sugar restrictive, right? There's like no sugar. You shouldn't be eating a lot of sugar in your coffee. You should get used to drinking it black. If you have to use those, you know, stevia or whatever, use a little bit. There's like, you shouldn't be eating maple syrup or none of those things. Like it should be minimal sugar. And what that does is deplete your muscles of glycogen. So as 6 weeks go by, your muscles have really depleted out of this energy source. Refeed comes in once every 2 weeks, starting on week 6, and basically it gives your body that source of all the white carbs and these natural sugars from juice and fruit, because you're basically upping your carbs. You're hitting the supplemental carb list, which is like white rice, my favorite, white rice, white bread, white waffles. I would have a waffle with my Shakeology. That was my combo. And it just is a day where you can kind of like have a burger, and it's just like magical, right? So you get to drink juice. I never knew I liked juice until refeed day. It's that 100% apple juice that made me crazy. But it gives you all this energy, and right, and you can't be afraid of it, because although you think, oh my God, I'm gonna eat so much, and we have to, like in plan C, it's 6 carbs. Yes, 6 servings of carbs and 5 fruits. The next day, you have so much energy to tackle leg day. It's freaking crazy. And in my experience, I did not bloat. I did not feel like anything, not a blip. Actually, I woke up more shredded. It gave me that lasting energy. I felt amazing, and it just is that it's really like a treat. It feels like a treat, but it is providing such value into your workouts the following day. So we're not gonna go hot and heavy into the refeed because there's still a lot of time for that. But the one thing is that Autumn did point out, and I know I did mess up that first refeed. I used sweet potato for one of my meals instead of using the 100% supplemental carb list, which is found on the actual same sheet as the other list. So you have to pick from those items. There are some fixate cookies and some recipes, some treats that you cannot actually make too. Yeah, it's on the corner. There's some cookies you can eat and stuff like that. This is not the day you can have Dunkin' Donuts. This is not the day that you can eat all the crap in the world. That's not the intent. Okay, we're still eating clean. If you eat a burger, it still has to be a healthy burger. You shouldn't go out and eat a ton of fat either. That's not the intent. Actually, the fat, the blue stays the same. It's 1. What's going up are the natural sugars that your body needs to just fuel that source. So study that. It's going to be coming up in 6 weeks. Again, your timeline stays the same. The counts change a little bit. Your post-workout meal, I think that's the one where you can have a burger. I know that one that one. I know that one. And you don't know how many people had burgers. Everybody had burgers, I think, across the board. Okay, so that's refeed day. And then you have peak week, which is the final week of 80-day obsession, and and flour tortillas too, which is yummy. The final week, week 13. Okay, so I remember starting the third phase, and I'm like, I don't understand. There's 5 weeks left, and there's only 4 weeks of workouts. What's happening on the final week? So then we found out it's peak week, and this is the opportunity to incorporate some carb depletion. I personally, we were in London, first of all, when this happened, so it was completely not going to happen. But I, for myself, and my sister made the same decision too, but I made it for myself. I was not going to do peak week. I don't like nutritional plans that are restrictive and make me feel deprived. They drive me a little crazy. That's why I love the container system, because I get to eat so much and of so much variety. But now you tell me that I have to cut carbs and I have to feel like, I don't know, I just don't like it. So I chose, for me, I was at my goal weight. I love the way I looked, but this is your chance to shed like quickly. In 1 week, the workouts change. So your body's shocked again. You're depleting carbs. You're taking out the fruit. So again, those glycogen storage, you're depleting that from your muscles. You're shedding water, and you can lose a few more pounds. It does say in the guide, because I read it a few minutes ago, that likely comes back on, because as soon as you start eating normal, you can't be scared. Remember, this is just like, it's like a competition prep. You're gonna shred down that final week and, you know, get to some goal weight, but then don't be afraid of a couple pounds coming back of water weight. But that's an option, right? Like, peak week is optional. You don't have to do it. You can just continue eating normally. If you try it and you don't like it, and you can just switch right back. But that is something that comes on the final week, and I am hoping and praying, and I have all the faith that you guys are gonna make it to the end and have that, you know, that tool in your pocket. The one thing I do want to say is that refeed day should be implemented if you are 100% clean, because I have not been 100% clean, and I've been doing real good, but not 100%. And I asked Autumn, should I do refeed because of the X, Y, and Z? And she said no. So if you are having carbs that are not 100% strict, and you're having cocktails and you're cheating, I tell you not to do refeed. So we can talk more about that later down the road, but the point is to spark your body. It's not to add unnecessary sugars.
Yeah, refeed, when we did it in the test group, the first go round, it was like, oh my God, it was like the most incredible day of our lives. It was so incredible. And then what happened, so that everybody's kind of aware why it says in the meal plan, it actually refers to refeed as a modified refeed. I don't know if you guys spotted that. It's because the test group was really comprised of people like on all spectrums of fitness. You had my sister, Danielle Natoni, Monica, all super fit people. Then you had like myself that, you know, fit. I could push through one of these workouts easy. But then on the far spectrum, you had some coaches that, you know, have a lot of weight to lose, like Tulin, and some other coaches that had kind of lost their way in fitness. And so after that first refeed, where it felt we were eating a lot, like, I mean, it was just like, I mean, I remember leaving the restaurant, Becky, when we went to Burger and Beer that night, and literally my stomach was out to here. I was like, oh my God, like, you know, your body's not used to that. There was some concern that refeed shouldn't be for everybody, right? And Autumn even expressed it the next day. She's like, you know, refeed is like what I do when I'm competing and what competitors do right before competition, where I don't know if you've ever seen, I mean, a few months ago, Autumn posted herself, this is a while ago, eating a donut, and she's like, oh, leg days tomorrow. Like, competitors do this kind of thing to, number one, have explosive leg workouts, but also to shred the next day or the day of a competition. And so that necessarily doesn't work for everybody, right? If you have a whole lot of weight to lose, it just might feel that you are like pigging out. And that's not really great for everybody. So it was modified down throughout the course of the test group. So yes, everyone can refeed, right? Everybody can refeed. And you know, there's going to be certain situations where, you know, one of my customers just commented, well, I have celiacs and how do I deal with that? All those situations we'll deal with on a one-on-one basis, but don't be afraid of refeed, because it's there for a purpose. And you're going to feel, number one, you're going to wake up feeling with a lot of energy, and you're going to be able to smash through leg day. And phase 2 leg day is my favorite leg day. And then you do it every 2 weeks after that. So you start on week 6, and then you do it on week 8, and then you do it on week 10, and then you finish with week 12. You do it on week 12, and then you have peak week after that. You guys, I think we did it. I don't know about you, but I think we did it. It's getting late. I know a lot of people have to go to bed and also prepare for 80-day obsession, but I wanted to do something cool. Between our coaches and our customers that our coaches are helping, we have thousands of people doing 80-day obsession. Like, I don't know about you, but that gives me chills. And I know that I mean, I hope and I pray that between us and the coaches on the team and everyone that's leading a challenge group, that we've done our job in getting you ready for this program. Like, I really hope that we've done that. But now it's your time to take that step and get it done, right? So some of the things that you want to do right now are, you got to take your weight and your measurements, and there's a guide sheet in your plan, in your program. Print it out. You're going to do that phase 1. You're going to do that at the start of phase 2, and you're going to do that on phase 3, right? So important. Number 2, you're going to document every, and this is customers too, you guys, not just coaches. Document. Take lots of pictures. Take lots of selfies. In different outfits, in bathing suits. Do whatever it is to keep you motivated. And I'm telling you, and as silly as this is, I would record myself working out or even go live on Instagram stories or Facebook to help me push harder. Find tips and tricks like that that are going to make you more committed to this process, okay? And lastly, right, we're going to cover all that in our challenge groups and do all that stuff, which is cool. But lastly, I had this idea, and I want you guys to help me execute on this idea. And I want not only our coaches to get involved. You guys know we're really big into these like movements, right? I want to start an 80-day obsession movement, and it's going to be called, I wrote it down. Paulina and I came up with it today. It's called Obsessed to be Dressed. And you're probably like, what? Like, what is that? Obsessed to be Dressed. What that means is you're going to pick an article of clothing in your closet right now that you do not fit in, but you are dying to wear again. Man, it could be your wedding dress. It could be a pair of skinny jeans. It could be a skirt. It could be a blouse. It could be a bathing suit that you used to wear. It could be anything. Obsessed to be dressed. And when you're going to take a picture in that piece of article now, before you start the program, even if you can't zip up your pants, even if you can't get it on, even if you look ridiculous in it right now, you're going to take a picture in it now. You're going to take a picture in it at the beginning of phase 2 and at the end. And you're going to document this journey, and we're going to do a movement, and it's going to say obsessed to be dressed in, and you're going to, whatever it is, and this is going to be our biggest transformation movement that our team's ever had. And you're going to show the world what commitment looks like, right? What it looks like. And it can look so different for each and every single one of you. It doesn't have to look the same. You don't have to have a 6-pack. You don't have to do, but you made a commitment. All right. So guys, I'm creating an image. Coaches, I'm creating an image for you to share in your challenge groups. We're going to have this in our challenge groups. Hopefully everybody else spreads the word. And I really want everybody to participate in Obsessed to be Dressed, because this program is about getting obsessed with yourself, with your happiness, with the way you look, with your nutrition, with fitness, with everything. And one of those things is loving the body that you are in, honoring the body that you are in, and feeling amazing in that one article of clothing that you are dying to wear right now. So I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like really excited. Let's do this. You guys, any other advice? Anything you want to share?
I just want to say one thing. I know it seems daunting, like 80 days is like, oh my God. Don't worry about day 80. You need to worry about today and how you're going to prepare, and then moving forward, you worry about the day at hand, about doing your best at your workout, about eating as clean as you can, and you obsess about daily progress. I can tell you that, you guys know I love to show my abs, and I've been obsessed with my abs for a very long time, but this program helped me see that it's not about just having abs and having muscles. It's about daily progress and showing up every day and doing your best and working out hard and eating clean and, committing to the process and just really showing yourself, teaching yourself, and inspiring yourself to change the way you think, to accepting that you can do hard things, because we were made to do hard things, and this program will transform everything in your life, your mind, your body, your spirit. You'll have a mind-body-spirit connection that's it's incredible. You'll tap into positivity and affirmations and all kinds of things if you would just learn to live in the moment, be present, and just do the thing today and not worry about what's coming tomorrow. Just live today and do your best for yourself and for your family, and really just tap into your power.
God, I love that. I think that's how we end. Monica, you good? Yeah, I think that's how we end. Thank you. That was amazing. You guys, let's rock it out. I'll see everybody in our groups. Woo! I got a muscle. Look a little
muscles. I got shoulders now.
Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for your amazing work tonight. Talk to you.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye.